These lands are filled with happiness, and they are all very grateful to him. The guy opened his mouth. He smiled softly and thanked her for her kind words, and then began to mentally apologize to everything. The brown-haired man stood up when the maid mentioned that she would bring him a new blanket now. He said that he wanted to open the door for her himself. The protagonist mentally noted that he hoped that they would all be happy. Standing in the doorway, he congratulated the girl on her wedding. Then the door to his room closed. Lloyd sank to the floor next to her, thinking that now he could do absolutely nothing. And then he remembered the words that either he or Xavier must die. Lowering his gloomy gaze, the guy thought about his comrade, noting that the protagonist did not die. His heart became increasingly cold. The brown-haired man's eyes widened. He bent over on the floor and screamed. The protagonist, exhaling a puff of steam, thought that there was still one way out. His room began to be enveloped in darkness while he thought about the fact that the secondary character could die. Suddenly, the system told him that this cannot be done. The guy tiredly looked at the blue screen. Words appeared on it that he had not yet fulfilled his wish. Then it was said that he must live, because while he was alive, he could do anything. The blue screen began to disappear. A weak light enveloped the brown-haired man's body. He was left alone in the room again. The protagonist fell asleep. Meanwhile, a giant monster emerged from the water. A man watched him through the window. He looked at a huge number of monsters. The fortress stood on a hill hidden under the water. There, at the bottom, cross-shaped structures were installed. Their center began to crack. Walking quickly, the Sultan looked at the servant, indignantly asking who dared to attack his lands. He replied that, in all likelihood, this was a group of pagans who passed off dreams as servants of God. He noted that it was difficult to resist them, and that they indiscriminately set fire to palace buildings. The monster rushed after the animals in the forest. The elves aimed their arrows at him, indignantly asking where these creatures kept crawling out from, and noting that if this continued, all the animals of the forest would disappear. Meanwhile, the queen's advisors stood before her, telling her what was happening. She frowned and wondered why so many strange